You ever land on a web page and find yourself scrolling and scrolling, totally hooked, even though you just know it's trying to sell you something? Well, today we're going under the hood of one of those pages. We're going to treat it like a case study, a masterclass in persuasion. We're going to dissect its structure from that very first line to the final Buy Now button, just to see what kind of powerful psychological techniques are really at play here. Okay, so this whole pitch really unfolds in 5 key stages. First, they introduce this super relatable expert to build our trust. Then it gives away some genuinely free value before, surprise, surprise, unveiling a secret formula. After that, it gets down to business, breaking down the offer, and finally, it goes in for the final push to close the deal. Let's jump in right at the beginning. All right, so every good story needs a narrator, right? And any persuasive argument, it needs a guide. The very first move this page makes is to introduce a character that you, the audience, can trust and connect with. Someone to lead you through this whole thing. And just like that, we meet a person, not some feastless company, Sam Olsen. This is so deliberate. Think about it. It's way easier to connect with a person, and Sam Olsen has been crafted to be the perfect guide for this particular journey. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the balance they're striking here. He's 65 and retired. That makes him relatable. But a 40-year career as a medicinal chemist? Boom. That gives him scientific authority. And then the killer move. He specifically says he's not a doctor. That adds this layer of humility and honesty that, weirdly enough, makes him seem even more trustworthy. So now that we kind of trust Sam, the pitch does something really smart. Before it even thinks about asking for a single cent, it gives you genuinely helpful advice. This is a classic move. Give value, real value, right up front. But before the advice, they raise the stakes way up by dropping a World Health Organization stat. The page frames hearing loss as this huge, urgent crisis. We're talking over 1 billion young people. All of a sudden, the advice that's coming next doesn't just feel helpful, it feels absolutely critical. And here it is. This is just a brilliant example of what's called the principle of reciprocity. This deep-seated feeling we have that we should give something back when we get something first. The page gives you 5 real, actionable tips. Use earplugs, turn down your headphones, get some exercise. By handing over this free value, the writer is building goodwill and making Sam Olsen seem like a guy who just genuinely wants to help. Okay, so after earning our trust with all this helpful content, the story takes a very sharp, very deliberate turn. This is the big pivot, moving from general advice to a specific, unique product. The pitch actually pauses here to pat itself on the back a little, acknowledging that the tips it just shared were valuable. This just reinforces that feeling that, hey, we're on your side. But really, it's just setting the stage for the big reveal. And there it is, the transition. This question is designed to get you thinking. It's basically saying, yeah, that free advice was nice, but it's not the whole story. There's something more, something even better that you're about to find out. And here we go, the reveal. Turns out the free advice was just the opening act. The main event is this simple yet powerful formula that our guide Sam Olsen says he's perfected. The language here is so important. Words like perfected, powerful, amazing. They're all chosen to create this feeling of exclusivity and, just incredible power. Now, to back up that big claim, the page lists out these very specific, scientific-sounding ingredients. It adds this veneer of legitimacy. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you know what vinpocetine seeds are. What matters is the impression that this formula is based on real research and it's super specific. And finally, the product gets its name, SharpEar. But check this out. It's not just called a supplement. The creator calls it a work of art. That kind of language elevates it from just another pill to like the culmination of a life's passion and work. So let's look at the offer itself, because it is meticulously put together. The goal here is to make buying this thing feel not just like something you want, but also something that's logical, totally safe, and an incredible deal. First things first, the pitch just smashes through any potential objections. You're worried if it's safe? Is it high quality? This list of assurances, made in the USA, FDA-approved facility, GMP-certified, it's all there to put your mind at ease and build confidence in the product. Okay, next up is a classic pricing trick. It's called anchoring. By showing you that higher original price of $99 first, the sale price of $69 immediately feels like a steal. Our brains literally get stuck on or anchored to that first number, so the second one seems like a total bargain. It's a really powerful way to create a sense of value. And then the pricing is laid out in tiers, which is totally by design. See how the price per bottle just plummets the more you buy? That 6-bottle premium package at $49 a pop is clearly positioned as the best deal, gently nudging you toward making a bigger purchase right off the bat. And now we get to the final push. At this point, you're interested, you think the product is safe, you feel like it's a good value. So the pitch just unleashes this rapid-fire series of tactics to crush any last-minute hesitation and get you to make a decision right now. First step, scarcity. By saying the product is only available right here on this page, it gets rid of the idea that you can shop around later. It creates this sense of exclusivity. The message is simple. It's now or never, and it's here or nowhere. And that scarcity feeling is immediately cranked up to 11 with urgency. Not only is it only available here, but hey, stock is limited and it could sell out any second. Adding that little detail about a long 3 to 6 month wait for a restock, that creates some serious fear of missing out. And here it is, the final masterstroke, risk reversal. If there is anyone still on the fence, worried that maybe this thing won't work for them, this guarantee is designed to make that fear completely disappear. What makes this so powerful is just how absolute it is. You get 60 days, no questions asked. You can even get a refund if the bottle is empty. This completely removes all the financial risk from you, the customer, and puts it all on the company. And that makes clicking the Buy Now button feel like an incredibly safe thing to do. So when you put it all together, from a relatable chemist and free advice to a secret formula and a totally risk-free offer, we've really just seen a masterclass in the art of persuasion. Understanding this structure helps us all become smarter consumers. And it leaves us with a really important question for this digital age we live in. Where exactly is the line between genuinely helpful advice and just a really, really masterful ad?